life in the old castle. Happy times them were. The people were all so much friendlier. Oh, and how we feasted. And courted the fair maidens as well. There was work, of course, sharpening our minds. Making us strong. But mainly, I remember it as a happy time. Oh yes, and then there were the neighbors.
Your stronghold awaits you.
It does indeed. Hey everybody, Wolokai here, and if you're hearing this, then you just survived the night. Great job. I'm sorry I haven't been around recently. Things in life have been really sort of chaotic, and it would take way too long to get to the details, but I'm gonna try to start recording again, get kind of... I don't really have like a set schedule, it's mostly when I can find time between work and just other things just filling up. So anyway, I wanted to take a step way back, way into the way back in the past when when my video game career was like in its like infancy, just about. Like when I started getting into PC games and stuff, and because I started with a Nintendo 64, like that was the prime of my video game ship, and then I slowly started working into PC gaming. And this here, Stronghold, like the first Stronghold, is the first RTS I've ever played, and it is by far my favorite. Such a classic. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. You can get it on Steam. I think it's still on Steam, the Stronghold HD edition. So you can get that on Steam. Really great game, highly recommend it. I'm going to try to record the entire series between at least Strongholds 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if I'm going to do Crusaders or Legends. I would have to buy the games separately because I don't have those yet. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But yeah, definitely going to do the first one. The second one you can't get on Steam, but I have the hard disk copy of that. And the third one you can also get on Steam, so that's awesome. All right, now then, I'm gonna do the tutorial first, just so because it's gonna be really hard because there's gonna be like quite a bit going on. It's gonna be hard to explain exactly how things work on the fly because you do have to like the earlier campaign missions, which we're gonna do first, aren't exactly too intensive, but later on it's going to be hard to explain how things work and be able to play at the same time, considering that time is against you sometimes in some of these missions. So let's get right into it, right into the tutorial level. This is Stronghold HD. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Stronghold tutorial. This tutorial will teach you the techniques you need to know in order to get your castle.
Okay, basically, hello, welcome.
The first task is to find a suitable place to... The first thing you need to do in Stronghold is find a suitable place to site your castle. Left-click on the Saxon Hall building, then find a flat, empty piece of ground on the map. Move your mouse over the main screen until your keep appears. Once you are happy with the position, left-click to place your keep.
Okay, basically, like you see here, like the you can see the foundation of the building. Well, those red squares indicate blocks that are interfering with the building process. Like buildings you can only really build on flat land, and flat land can be seen pretty easily. Like this dirt right here, the dirtish sort of grass, that kind of gives it away as to what is flat land. And the stronghold here, the keep, which we only have a level one keep, Saxon Hall. This is the very center of your castle. This is the keep. This is where everything starts to branch out.
Wood has automatically been transferred from your starting goods into your stockpile. The wood is now available for you to use in your construction.
Okay, basically when you build a keep, to the left of it there's a white platform you see there called a stockpile. And the stockpile is filled with just basically any sort of goods that you can imagine, like, you know, wood, stone, hops, ale, things that keep the castle going. And you'll notice in front of here, there's the campfire where some people are coming out of the Saxon Hall to gather around it. And they'll get into all that in a second.
In addition to the Saxon Hall and the stockpile, you should see a campfire. Move the mouse pointer over it. The halo that appears is your population growth indicator. The more popular you are, the faster it will fill and the quicker your population will grow. Every time the indicator makes one full rotation, a peasant will arrive and stand by the campfire until work becomes available. If the halo turns red, you are unpopular. The halo will then be showing you how quickly people will leave your castle. On the top left of the screen, you can see that there is plenty of food among your starting goods, but to use it, you will need...
Build a granary, yep.
Left-click on the granary building and move your mouse pointer in the area near the key.
There we go.
When the granary... The food in your starting goods will be transferred to the granary. Your peasants now have an ample supply of food to eat. Right-click to exit the build mode, then left-click on the granary you have just built to bring up the granary panel.
Yeah, basically food is like... Food and weapons, the two most important resources in this game. Basically, you couldn't see it really well, but this green halo is gonna pretty much just keep circling itself, and every time it does, and every time it fills up, a new peasant's gonna come out. But if you look down here in the scribe book, you'll see a few numbers, and 8 out of 8, that's how much population we have. The first number is population we have, the second number is population we can have maximum. The number above it obviously is gold, we're flat broke, bankrupt, and the number above that is popularity, and it ranges from 0 to 100. When it drops below 50, you are considered unpopular. The halo is going to go in reverse in red. People are going to leave. So there's no levels besides that. You want to stay above 50 at all costs, which isn't too hard if you know what you're doing. And like you said, like food is like super important, and this is why.
Good. This panel lets you see your food details and allows you to make changes to your rationing. On the right of this panel, there are 5 plates with varying amounts of food on them. These symbolize the different ration settings, from no rations up to double rations. At the moment, rations are set to the default of full rations. Left-click on the plate with the most food on it to set your rations to double. Due to your generous rationing, you are now gaining a big bonus to your popularity each month, and the popularity symbol has changed to a smiling face. The downside to this is that you are consuming food at twice the rate you were before. You can view the rate of consumption by watching the speed of the bar in the granary, or you simply see the units of food disappear from your granary on the map.
Yeah, so like I said, this smiling face, that determines how much popularity you're gaining a month, which I think is in increments of a minute. I think it's a minute, or it might be less than that. But that's how much popularity you gain a month. And it'll even tell you, like 18 months supply left. If you have more than one food type inside the granary, you'll gain a food bonus for that.
You can't do that at this point in the tutorial.
Alright, shit, I guess I can't set it back.
Next, right-click to leave the granary and left-click on your Saxon Hall to bring up the keep.
Oh, here we go. Taxes.
You can set your taxes to anything from a generous bribe all the way up to a downright cruel tax. Taxes are currently set to the default of no taxes, so you are not gaining or losing any money. Left-click on the right arrow until taxes are set to mean. You will now have a little gold coming into your treasury each month, but you are suffering a big hit to your popularity due to your mean tax rate. Good! The scribe shows your popularity, gold, and population size. His expression reflects your popularity. The report book he is holding will help you to find critical information about your settlement. The large number at the top shows your popularity rating. Left-click on the report book.
But yeah, the taxes are pretty self-explanatory. Move the bar left and right, set how much gold you're gonna set the tax rate. The biggest balance is gonna be balancing it between the granary and the keep taxes. Like food and taxes, they're gonna go hand in hand. So as long as you can keep either even or a little, if you can like keep even, like since the granary is at double rations, it's at +8, and the taxes now are at -8 for popularity. It's a straight 0. If you can keep it like that, fine. But if it drops, you generally want to keep your granary rationing higher, and then sometimes your taxes one level lower. That way, you still have a very small buffer in which you can maneuver around in it.
The reports panel is now visible. Left-click on the popularity button. Here you see the effects of your actions on castle popularity. Making changes to your tax rate and rationing are the two main ways of manipulating your popularity.
Yep, there we
With
go.
popularity over 50, people will come to the castle. Below 50, they will start to leave.
Verbatim what I said. Thank you.
Your tax rate and rations level will now be set to their original starting levels. Now right-click again to leave the report. Now you have a grasp of how to place buildings and manage your taxes, food and popularity. Let's take a look at how to expand your settlement further. Running along the bottom left of the screen are 6 shields. These are the building category buttons, which change the type of buildings displayed on the building selection scroll above them. Move your mouse pointer over these shields. The shields will highlight, and above the building selection scroll, you will see a description of the button. Left-click on the Industry Building category. Hammer. Click on the woodcutter's hut in the building selection scroll and build 4 woodcutter's huts close to the trees. Finally, right-click to stop building. Good. Now you see that 4 of the peasants around your campfire have turned into woodcutters and are working cutting down trees. Wood will soon begin to arrive in your stockpile.
Now, the interesting thing about this game is that placement is pretty much everything as far as like building. Placement equals efficiency, and efficiency equals power. If the woodcutters' huts are not placed close to the trees, then it's going to take longer for the workers to get to their station, set up, and then go out, find trees, bring it all the way back, yada yada. At this point, the woodcutter's only going to, he gets to his station, gets to the tree, like immediately, gets back, starts cutting the logs, and gets the wood out faster. So placement is pretty much everything. And as you noticed, like there was 8 peasants around the campfire. Now there's only 4 because 4 jobs opened up. The jobs are now filled, and now there are 4 jobs left to work with and setting up your peasantry. So that is how you're going to manage who does what you need, what you have to work with, and things of that nature. Because population is is a pretty heavy strategy as well, because the more population you have, the more mouths you gotta feed. Now your granary is gonna start emptying out faster. Now you gotta consider putting more jobs into the food industry. But from the food buildings, you got to get wood, so that brings it from the industry side. So it everything in this game ties itself together in a very intricate yet simple way.
Now you need to start increasing your food stocks. Left-click on your granary again. The amount of food you have left is shown in absolute units and also monthly supply. Right-click to exit the granary screen. Left-click on the farm building category, Apple. Now place 4 hunter posts and the remaining peasants will become hunters.
Hunters posts are generally you want to place near the granary because, like I said, efficiency. Because these hunting posts specifically, the hunters are going to reach their station and go out and hunt these herds of deer that you can see. And the less distance this guy's got to travel to get from his kill to his hut to the granary is going to establish how fast your food is going to come in. So we don't want him too far away from the granary, but...
Good. When the hunters have prepared their meat, they will place it in your granary. Aim to have at least enough food coming in to cover demand. The bottom set of numbers on your scribe's report show your current population followed by your available housing. It is currently 8 out of 8, which means the housing inside of your Saxon Hall is at full capacity.
Yep, like I said earlier, that's the population. So now we gotta increase it.
Click on the Town Buildings category, House, and build a hovel.
Now, I'm gonna show you a trick. Hovels can generally, if you tweak it just right, see, hovels don't require that much space to build, as you can see. Now, I'm trying to build up here on the hill, right? But you can't generally. If you do actually manage to build it on, actually manage to get it wedged in the hill, you see the area around it?
Your available housing
Well,
will
I'll
increase,
cover that in a second.
and your population will begin growing again. Each hovel you build will hold up to 8 people. Your settlement is growing, but so, of course, are the number of mouths to feed.
Anyway, like I was saying, if you notice the ground around the hovel has gotten kind of flat, it's changed. The game tries to adapt the building to the ground, so it tries to render the ground as flat as possible, kind of like building a foundation in a medieval sense, basically. So by doing that, I have a higher chance of building more hovels next to it or near it, because the ground is now a little bit more flat. So it really saves on space.
Now you will learn a few additional interface controls that are useful when playing the game. To rotate the map,
Oh, this is all just
move the
camera
mouse
controls.
pointer
If
into
I
the
right
middle
click
of
and
the
get a few
screen,
options,
then press and
this is
hold
the compass,
right
it just
mouse
rotates the map.
button. The camera interface
It does it
controls
in
will appear.
does it in like
To zoom out,
90-degree
press
angles
the
and
right
such.
button again and move the mouse pointer to
There you
the
go.
right over the zoom icon.
Magnifying
and release the
glass,
button.
zooms out,
To
zooms
zoom back
in.
in. To go full screen, press and hold the right mouse button.
There we
Move
go.
the mouse
See?
pointer to the left.
Takes your
over the
interface
full
away,
screen
no HUD,
icon.
basically.
Press and hold the right mouse button again. This time, move the mouse pointer down onto the flatten icon. This will pull down tall objects such as mountains and walls. Congratulations! You have completed the tutorial.
Okay, basically, it was really kind of hard to talk over that guy, but yeah, that takes away your HUD. This rotates the map 90 degrees, lets you zoom out, see the whole thing. This is kind of a nice setting if you want to get a giant overview, or if you just want to sit back and watch your castle. But for interacting, it's kind of hard to pinpoint things you need to click, and this is the most useful. But the shortcut for that is spacebar. Whereas if you can tell, look at the Saxon Hall. Like, if I do the mouse click, it cuts down halfway. With the spacebar, it levels it entirely. This is like the most useful tool in this game as far as space management, because I can see the foundation, which means I can see exactly where I can place it. Where if I didn't, if I try to build it back here, hit the spacebar, see there's a line of room still there behind the keep. So it's just wasting valuable space. That space I could be using. because I want to have the castle. Like some areas, I want to have it as compact as possible. Other areas, I kind of want it to be spaced out. Like I said, for design and spacing and strategy, it's key. Placement is key, because if you run out of room, you're going to run out of a lot of other options that you need to consider when, facing enemies, facing economical challenges. It's just a royal pain in the ass once you run out of room. But anyway, that's the tutorial. That's very basic how the game runs. Pardon me. Dry throat. But there's gonna be a lot more information as such as about the type of buildings, like food processing, weapons manufacturing, castle building as far as walls, wall defenses, medieval defenses, gatehouses, towers, things of that nature. So we're going to head back to the main menu, and we're going to go ahead and start the main campaign. And basically the first mission is going to be pretty much the tutorial here. It's basically just about a mirror, except there's no tutorial overlay. It's just, here, you know the basics, do this, we'll move on. So we're going to go to the military campaign, which is the basic story campaign, and we're going to get right into it. Here we go.
As soon as the king had marched his army into the barbarian homeland, rumors began of a plot to seize the throne. When news came of the king's capture, the country was invaded. Several nobles, including your father, sought to end the bloodshed, but on the way to meet for negotiations, their party was massacred by a band of unknown raiders. Bruised and exhausted, you have been beaten back to a forest on an overlooked peninsula, where a small group of loyal troops are hiding. Although the country is lost, maybe from this refuge, you can at least avenge your father's death.
I say, we act now, and strike while the iron is hot.
No. The few men we have would be cut down like lambs to the slaughter. We need time to gather our forces.
Nonsense! I shall take 6 of my finest men into enemy territory by the cover of darkness, and...
No, just listen. Our men are close to starvation. This is what we must do.
The debate rages on well into the night, but eventually Lord Woolsack takes you to one side.
Sir Longarm tells me he knew your father well, which is why I'm giving you your chance to prove yourself. It is time you got your first taste of command.
Alright, this is the world map. Basically, like I said, King went to fight barbarians, King got captured. Now these 4 dickheads are coming behind the king and have taken over the country, and they're trying to seize the throne. You got the rat, the snake, the pig, and then the wolf. So we're starting here in essentially just the back country in fuck all nowhere, trying to establish ourselves as a commander. And hopefully one day bring the fight to these dicks.
We need you to oversee the setting up of a good-sized base camp. Start by finding a suitable clearing, then use some of the wood plentiful in this area to begin your construction.
And this is the pre-game lobby. Basically, there's your objectives: acquire goods, 20 meat, 40 wood. No problem, we can get right into it.
Place a keep to site your castle, my liege.
Gonna zoom out and get a good look of the area we got to work with. Plenty of flat land, it's a very small map. Some deer, we already got some good starting materials. As far as wood, we'll probably place the keep right around in here. And then probably the granary here, and then the hunting posts around here. Because the map's not very big horizontal, but vertical it is. So if we put the granary and stuff around the middle ground, I think we'll be okay.
Site your granary, sire.
Put the granary here. And then we've got 8 peasants to work with, and 25 wood. So 2, 3. I don't have enough wood to put. I want to put 4 wood cutting posts, but I don't really have enough wood realistically to put 3 because I only have 16 wood left. If you can see in the above that little scroll down at the bottom of the screen where it says Hunter's Post, to the right of that it shows you how much it costs, and the number in parentheses is how much I have left. So that's what I have to work with. So 3 Hunter's Posts, and then at this point all we can do is just wait until more wood comes in. And this mission's really light, it's really easy, it's kind of dull, but it's to get you used to the interface, reinforce the key points of the tutorial, practice the camera movements, things like that. Just a nice, easy introduction, which is what a lot of RTSs kind of they lack and don't lack. Like for some people, it takes longer to get certain concepts, and for others it's just, they're RTS champions, like StarCraft players. So for a game like this to really just kind of, lay out the tutorial, give you a nice easy first mission, just to get, a nice look at it without the tutorial overlay, it's really nice. Plus, just graphically, this game is really, really nice. I mean, for its time, obviously. I mean, it's not like HD next-gen friggin' graphics, but, I mean, just the ambience.
A message from your scribe. Scouts are reporting that packs of wolves are closing in on the castle. We must get the supplies stored.
Oh dear. That's no good.
A
Anyway,
message from your scribe.
Goodness.
Animal tracks have been reported in the area, sire.
Yeah, was that before or after the scouts were reporting about the wolves? I'm just wondering. Okay, but anyway, like I was saying, the ambience and just the environment it's just pretty to look at. Look at this damn waterfall. That's a nice ass waterfall. That is aesthetically pleasing to me. Beautiful ass waterfall. You fucking go, waterfall. You pour that water and shit. Awesome. But the cool thing is, as far as this art, like most RTSs that I've ever played or know of, don't come with this, but Stronghold is cool. Like the Stronghold series is really neat in a way that you see this whole map, you can build this in a map editor that's built into the game. You can create worlds and create maps like this, design them, and then you can use those maps in your game and play on those. So you can create like challenges for yourself. You can create custom scenarios, custom goals, custom missions. Siege missions, invasion missions, economic missions, free build if you just want to, build a map to, just build whatever you want in. It really gives you a lot of freedom and flexibility. Anyway, we're going to check on our goals. Oh, don't need to. Victory, how about that? Got all the wood, got all the meat.
We are victorious, sire.
Playing level, 1,000 score, 5,000. Okay, so here's the score. I'm pretty sure what I can do is to boost that score, if I wanted, is to turn off the work by either the woodcutters or the... Because you can actually, with the buildings, you can actually stop production. Like, you can turn the production off, and those peasants who were hunters will become... basically, the hunters will become peasants again, and they'll go back to the campfire while the work is halted at that building. The job is technically closed. They're being laid off. So I think to boost the score, I can actually just turn the production off on one of those 2 building chains, so I can build up an excess of wood or an excess of meat without really gaining both at the same time, and I can boost the score that way, if I wanted to, but...
Whilst the men frantically ferry precious supplies into the granary, Sir Longarm and Lord Woolsack ride into the camp.
Job well done. Not too bad for your first attempt.
No, no, no! The fool has pitched camp in the middle of the wolves' migration track.
The fuck?
Good. It will give the men some well-needed practice before we make our strike.
Poof! Now I have no choice but to send out a scout to find a more permanent position.
Okay, that's not my fault. You said, here, go out, build a base camp. You didn't mention that, you didn't give me, like, a direction or anything. You said, hey, go build a base camp. You could have warned me, in the briefing, like, oh, hey, by the way, maybe not a good idea to build over here because there's a fucking wolf migratory pack or a migratory trail in that direction. Probably not a good idea. So, thanks, you dicks.
Day by day, the camp becomes more overwhelmed by the wolves, and their persistent howling robs the men of sleep. The situation is about to get out of hand when Lord Woolsack's scout returns. Soon afterwards, you are summoned into the command tent.
Sir Longarm has convinced me to give you another chance. We have found the remains of an abandoned stockade.
Wolves plague this county every winter, so we need you to get the stockade back up to scratch quickly.
Failure is not an option this time. Just keep your eyes peeled.
To ensure the safety of your men, you are required to renovate the abandoned stockade before winter is upon us again. Use your archers to kill off any wolves that threaten your peasants.
Okay, so this is going to get into weapons production, I think, as well as castle building. Yep. If you click here in the book, in the pregame, you can see tutorials on things that are going to be new and introduced to you, like building walls, wooden gatehouses, archers, military control, things like that. And also, if you really like kind of scrap for hints, look, it even gives you a strategy. If wood and food production are up, start enclosing your keep, join the walls. When enclosing the keep, making your defense walls straight will use less wood. In order for the complete castle objective to be achieved, the keep must be completely enclosed by walls, and it can give you more hints. Stuff like that. Archers are better off in high positions. So this game, it's kind of like a My First RTS, but it's just helpful in a way. It's just it really helps you along. It holds your hand a little bit, but for some of the later missions, these strategies and tips are kind of really going to come in handy, because there are some missions in this campaign that really are like face of the grindstone, kick you in the ass. So there's that to deal with.
Sight your granary, sire.
Alright, so the keep is already set up. I gotta set up the granary, but just a quick look around the map. Looks like we don't have a lot of room to work with out in this yonder. The keep's on a hill, so all our production's gonna be down here in the flatland. Already set up with some archers, and up here we have the wolves. So the only goal is to get food in the granary and the castle completed. We don't have to worry about killing all the wolves. That's not gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna set up the granary down here, and then we're gonna get to work really quickly. I've only got 3 wood, or 15 wood. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's gonna have to do is you have to get 3 woodcutters' huts and 1 hunting post, because wood's gonna be the bigger priority here. Okay, over here, right here. See this? This is the signpost, which basically means if there's any invading armies, this is where they're gonna enter into the map, and you can't build too close to it. Inside it, like there's an area around it where it restricts building, so I can't just build a giant wall around the whole signpost and just funnel the army in. It's just not gonna work. But and they recommend not to build too close to it, because any buildings built near the signpost, enemy are just gonna rush in and just blow it up. So I would generally want to, if I can, maybe try to build the wall this way to block off the wolves. That might be a good strategy. But like I said, it's gonna take more wood than what I have. So I'm gonna try to. There we go. The smallest segment done. go ahead and close the gatehouse. This is the gatehouse interface. You can see in the map, open and close the gate. If it's damaged, you can repair it with wood from the stockpile. And down here in this lower right-hand corner, you see a little question mark button. It gives you a little tooltip, a little window on it of information about the structure. Oops. Now also sometimes, like this is stockpile, there will be... Oh, well, I guess that doesn't work. But basically sometimes there's little links inside the tooltip window that you can click and it'll take you to another page.
No change in the treasury, Lord.
Let me see if I can find one.
Stocks are growing,
Here you go.
sire.
See? All it says food. Click it. Brings up another tooltip. Popularity brings up a tooltip. Food and tax tooltip. So basically, the information base is pretty in depth. As far as if you need to find information, this game is going to give it to you. No problem. All right. So we got enough to build 3 more hunters posts. There we go. And now this is the wooden wall, and we can click on this window here to bring up gatehouses. Select the one we want, because basically this gatehouse is just showing direction. So if we do... I want to build this one. Okay, cool. And then we'll seal that off. Alright. So we're doing pretty good. We are doing outstanding.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
For 22 units of food, how much food do we need? We need 35. So probably once the wood is all taken care of, like once the castle's, you know, enclosed, might turn off the woodcutters and just make more hunters posts. That's really going to be the biggest difficulty. Come on, woodcutters. Oh, check this out. Look at this window down here. That's one of my favorite parts. It gives you little videos! It gives you little videos on what the hell's going on! Like, how cool is that? So, man, look, deer's kind of just hanging on its little hanging thing. Like, that's cool. And if you've been peering close to the buildings, you can actually see like the workers work. You actually get a taste of what this job might have been like in a medieval sense. How the job works, how it's performed. Like, look at this hunter post right here. Cut that meat. And you actually see as he's working the little meat bits forming on the other side.
The wolves are on the prowl, sire.
Oh shit. Alright.
Instructions.
Archers. The higher they are, the longer range they're going to have. These are like the main missile unit. There's only 2 missile units in the game. These are the ones you're going to see the most. Archers. Basic. Just rain hell on people.
Arrows ready.
Oh shit. There we go. Keeps enclosed. Like, we're good. Oh, there we go. Shit. All they do is finish building the wall. Not that hard at all.
Victory.
Oh, there we go. And if I wanted to get more score, I could just not finish the wall and just build up meat. Whew. Man, good stuff.
Well, at least you can complete half a task.
What do you mean?
Job well done. Now, our men are secure, and we can send a hunting party.
Half a task?
To eradicate
You
the
told
wolves
me to
for
build the
good.
stockade up. I did.
I suppose it must be done. But we have to proceed with caution, as that county is close to the enemy's border.
What the hell? Half a task. Like, Lord Wolfsack is really busting my balls about that shit. Like, honestly, what else was I supposed to do in that situation? I did exactly what he told me to do. I've got another chance, cool. Rebuild the stockade. Fill it full of food. Did it. How is that half a task? If it was half a task, my men would either be starving, or the fucking stockade would still be in ruins, and there'd be wolves sitting at all of our faces. So, eat shit. Full task complete. You don't know what you're talking about. Ugh. Ridiculous.
We need you to train some new recruits in the
And
use of the bow.
bow.
The wolves breed
tell I
in
play
the
this game
next
a lot.
county. Find their lairs and wipe them out. It's them or us.
Find a hilltop and fortify yourself there using a mott and bailey.
Duke de Pouce has been patrolling the area of late, so it is vital you are not spotted, as we don't stand a chance against a full assault.
That says hope, but okay.
If you see that rat before I do, be sure you slice him open for me.
Ugh.
Construct a Mott and Bailey fortification and strengthen it with some towers. Then start bow production and raise a force of archers with which to eradicate the wolves that run riot there.
Alright, so this is going to be a little bit more of intricate, not exactly intricate, castle building. Because once you understand how this game works, you can quickly figure out how to use the building to your advantage to sort of push the difficulty a little bit lower. Because you know how the mechanics work and how movement works, and if you give even more advanced in the game how the AI works, you can quickly kind of counter how it is. I'm trying to figure out how to say it properly. How to make it work to your advantage, essentially. And it looks like we're getting ready to start bow production. That's going to be neat. I'll show you how that works in a second.
Place a keep to site your castle, my liege.
Okay, so it wants us to build up on this hill. Basically, Mont Bailey is building a large, I think building a keep high up on a hill, and then a low wall surrounding it. So,
Site your
Joel
granary,
Granary,
sire.
sire. Build the granary up here. What do I have to work with as far as food? Still hunting posts. Okay, well, the first things first, we got to get the wood going. Like, that's key.
A message from your scribe. We'll have to work fast. These wolves are everywhere.
Alright, so that's basically what we know already. Meat and wood. And now we've got weapons buildings, we have a Fletcher's workshop. Which this dude's gonna... Well, basically first things first. Before any weapons are made, we need an armory. An armory is where all the weapons are stored when not in use. So we're gonna put this thing here next to the stockpile. Excellent. Alright. So the armory is step 1 to weapons production, because you need somewhere for the weapons to be held. Oh my god, there's wolves right there, there's wolves here, wolves. There's a lot of wolves. Now if you notice, there's a river here. Rivers are impassable except for this rocky area here, which is a ford. That's the only way for anything to cross. Or any, like, soldiers, units, animals, etc. So, if I put a wall in front of this, these wolves can't get over, and I can basically turn it into a shooting gallery. The challenge is getting these two walls up in time before the wolves start coming over, because I've got no troops. So it's essentially be game over if I screw this up. So, one thing we're waiting on is wood, because wood will allow us to build the barracks and it'll allow us to build the Fletcher's workshop. But even more importantly, it takes wood to make bows. The Fletcher, when we build him, is going to walk from his shop to the stockpile, grab wood, bring it back, start making bows. Once the bow is done, he's going to put it in the armory. So, one Fletcher's workshop. In fact, we can even get away with making two, I think. Let me just make sure. There we go. I want to leave a single line in here so the workers can essentially move between the buildings. It's all about pathing. Now we have two workers. Now, training military units doesn't necessarily take population per se. Like, if there are 8 peasants sitting at the campfire and I want to recruit 8 archers, those 8 archers will become, or those 8 peasants will become archers. However, those 8 peasants will then respawn. So you can continuously grow larger and larger armies. You just gotta wait for more peasants to respawn, because armies don't count as peasant jobs necessarily. it's a different type of
Our
thing.
granary stocks are growing, sire.
Bring the wood, bring the wood. So now I've got, see these guys, they're gonna stand outside their shop because there's no wood to grab.
Now wood, my lord.
See, Dendy Apple Blossom Fletcher. All right, gonna build a hovel over here. Just gonna kind of pen this little wolfie off. Here we go. Technically, I am now safe from the wolf attacks. That's it. So now all I gotta do is just build, kind of build ramps up to those walls, like little wooden platforms, so the archers can stand on top of them, and then we should be good from there. Hunter's outpost, supply and demand. See, one bow done. How about them apples? So now I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 woodcutters' huts up. So with this next batch, I think I'll be able to build the barracks and then get some archers up. Now he did mention something about enemy patrols, so this is where they'll enter in if there are any. And then I need to maybe build a fortification there to sort of defend it. So let's do this. Build the barracks here. And then
We await orders. We await orders. Moving off.
alright, cool. So now we're in platform. Let's build right there. There we go.
Yes. We are on our way.
Cool, I built a wooden platform now, so these archers can climb up on top of the wall. At least peer over it. There we go.
Archers ready.
And
Notch
put
arrows.
an arrow through that dude. And done.
Finding targets.
So now, generally the AI is gonna, if I attack the wolves, that whole pack is supposed to, you know, chase after the guy shooting him, take him down. However, now that I've blocked up the fords, these wolves can't, there's no path to get to me. So, essentially, I could just shooting gallery these guys to death if I wanted to.
We await orders. My boy's yours.
Before that happens, I want to build a small wall over here. See, it won't let me build because it's too close to the signpost, so... There we go. Well, I suppose if I wanted to delete that real quick. Gatehouses. If woodcutters do need to leave, bam, there we go. Got a gatehouse rolling. There. Because now I can seal off, or I can build over here to the map edge. Now I've got a wall defending me from the signpost. So let me try to...
Me lord. Leaving now. Instructions.
How much wood do I have? 16? Okay, that's enough. Build another one in platform over here.
We await orders.
These two over here. There's 2 more bows.
We await
2 more
orders.
archers.
Yes. Sir, Depuce's men have arrived.
Oh, that was
we
the
can't
risk.
allow them to give away our position. My boy's yours.
All right, bows,
Take
but fire.
Steady aim. Me lord.
Finally, soldier-to-soldier combat. Oh. Shoot him! Oh, he did not... He was not able to get away and reveal our position. That is awesome. Alright, so. That's patrol taken care of. Now, going to grab
We
Archer.
await orders.
Use this guy.
Instructions.
Oh shit! How are granary stores looking? Oh, granary's fine. That's awesome. Still growing. All right, now
We await orders.
use
Arrows
these dudes.
ready.
Take out the wolves.
Yes. Notch arrows.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. These first missions are pretty damn easy. We lower the trees so I can see them all going down. Right.
Finding targets.
Take out these guys.
A message from your scribe. The wolves are on the prowl, sire.
Yeah, but look, they can't go anywhere.
The people worship you, sire.
Oh, I guess just a quick look into the... Well, mission's about to end. Over. But a quick look into the logbook, you can see army, how many soldiers you have, stockpile, what your population growth is like, how many weapons you have, basically everything you can think
No
of.
change in the treasury, lord. We are victorious.
Boom!
Sire.
Nailed it. No problem.
Fortunately, the Rat's scouting party did not survive long enough to give away your position. But it is likely that they will be missed before long.
Woo!
A dispatch arrives from Sir Longarm.
Hopefully, by the time you receive this message, all has gone well, and you have put an end to those irritating wolves. I now ask a favor of you. Begin constructing an outpost on the edge of Duke de Pousse's territory in order to help me better judge the strength of the Rat's forces. You must not, under any circumstances, send confirmation of your mission's completion to Lord Wolfsack.
The Rat was raised as an only child in lands belonging to the de Pouce family. The Duke showed his mother favor, ensuring that she never paid taxes and always had enough to get by. One day, a messenger came by, and it was revealed that his father was the same Duke de Pouce who his mother had once worked for as a serving wench. Due to an unfortunate accident, the entire de Pouce family had been lost at sea whilst returning from holiday, leaving the Rat as next in line to inherit the title of Duke.
The guy's an asshole.
Find a suitable location on high ground near the lands belonging to Duke de Pouce and start construction of an outpost. The wooden keep will offer better protection than a simple hall. Take some cattle to breed as the land there suits them well. Do not show yourself to the enemy, but should you be discovered, let none escape to tell. The hills will give your archers an advantage when firing from height.
Oh, cool, and I can change the difficulty in this. Maybe I'm blind, maybe I could change the difficulty on the other missions, but this is the first time I've noticed it, so maybe I'm stupid or I'm not stupid. I don't know. But I can change the difficulty. I'm going to do very hard because I'm a veteran at this game. I know what I'm doing, I know how it works. And I've never done this on very hard. I've always done it like on when I was like, a young kid. I always did this on like, just normal difficulty setting, and sometimes easy if I was frustrated or something, but I'm trying on very hard because I feel like I know the game well enough. I know the mechanics that I can, build quickly and manage my resources fast. But unfortunately, this is all the time I have for in this episode. So tune in next time. We're going to get into different types of food production. Now we've got cows. A new type of keep structure called a wooden keep, which it's basically a large square tower, which we can fit a bunch of archers on top. Gonna get more into the military aspect of the game as far as, or the main aspect of this game, which is building a sort of fort location and then withstanding enemy attacks. this is the main core of the game essentially. So, or the military core of the game, I should say. And then we're just gonna go from there. We're gonna see how it plays out. But like I said, all the time I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you liked it, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more shit like this. I'm probably gonna, like I said, I'm probably gonna do the entire Stronghold series. I might switch off now and again to play maybe like Dawn of War or Age of Mythology, Rise of Nations, other favorite RTSs that I've encountered over the years, as it is pretty much my favorite genre of a video game. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. But beyond that, I hope you guys have had a very good Christmas. Hope you guys have an even better New Year. And as always, stay safe, good night, and good luck.